What's going on, everyone? Frank Robles with Strength Equals. So I wanted to say again, thank you for all those out there who made the comment on me trying to pick up the Husafell stone being out in Iceland. I mean, first off, I was gonna say Iceland is a great place for all you who get to live in Iceland. Congratulations, great country. The people are great. I say if you can get out there, get out there. But anyways. The Husafell Stone, another great reason to get out there. It's a great place, that area of Husafell. But I went out there to lift that stone up. Well, one of my reasons for going out there. And as you saw in the video, I was able to partially pick it up. Definitely wider than I thought. Really felt like I need to work on really just getting that thing into my gut, owning it. So anyways, I am going to get out there again, and my goal is, now that I know what it feels like, I have it in my head, I'm going out there and I'm lifting that thing up again. I forget who it is, one of the Commodores, I think it's Shield Doctor, something like that. He did make a good comment where he said, he was kind of quoting everybody else who said, great job, nice job, but what did he do? He's got to lift it, A little motivation there, thank you for that. But at the same time, I do appreciate everyone's thoughts, and it is a good job. I have to even give myself, not beat myself up, to get out there, to do it, and to attempt it is an achievement, and to do what I did do, get it halfway up, is still pretty good. So I'm not going to be too down on myself. But that being said, I do plan on going back out there and lifting that thing up. But I'm going to train for that differently now that it's in my head. I know I've been training with lifting stones and stuff. I'm definitely going to be adding more of the stone lifting into my routine, not just sporadically. I'm going to be ditching deadlifts entirely with a barbell, even though I don't really show that too much on video. I'm just in my routine going to be doing stone lifting instead of deadlifting. And I'll be posting videos on how I'm doing that. I'm also currently, right now, dropping weight. I have been dropping weight for the last 3 months or so. Maybe more like 2 months. First 2 months of that, not really trying too hard, just not concentrating on eating extra. By default, I'm a thinner man. Doesn't require much for me to start restricting calories and I start losing weight if I'm not paying attention. But anyway, the last 3 weeks, going on 3 weeks, I have been concentrating on knowing what I'm eating and looking at about 1,800 calories a day. I'm choosing to do that through fasting, pretty much just fasting throughout the day, then eating within 2 meals, sometime in the early evening into evening, my 1,800 calories. Nothing magical about fasting in itself. Everything does come down to a calorie reduction, so even if I were to take that 1,800 calories and break it up throughout the day, doesn't matter. So I'm not going there. I just choose to eat this way because it's nicer to eat 2 bigger meals, if you will, than a bunch of little meals. And to tell you the truth, I like not eating too. Being busy, you get more done throughout the day and not stopping to do preparing food, all that stuff. But I do, the highest I was up at the 235. I'm now dropping, I'm down to now, after all of the like I said, 2 months of not really watching what I'm eating, and then now down to being active, I'm about 200 pounds. My goal is not going any lower than 190. But during that time period, I'm still training. I know my energy is lower. I'm feeling it. Obviously, there's a reduction in calories. I'm feeling the energy being lower. But I still come into my workouts. I'm giving it all I can. I'm not expecting to break a lot of numbers, but still trying to. I'm not going for 1 rep maxes during this time, but I keep my weights in my 70% of my 1 rep max and try to beat those numbers as far as the reps that I get. However, I'm also, like I've talked about before, I do a Mike Mentzer heavy duty, high intensity style of training. So I do think it's very important to make sure that your rest periods, and I'm really only training hard once a week. And then during the 8 days, I go every 8th day to train hard. But in between that 8th day, at the 4th day mark, I train like lightly. I don't go to failure. I kind of do some rehab exercises. I'm still rehabbing the ankle that I hurt. It's getting better. But what I've been doing is do some rehab stuff. Maybe I'll do some forearm, some neck stuff. That stuff I'll push to failure still. But I won't do any big movements to failure. And then 4 days after that, which will give me 8 days for my last workout, I'll attack it again with something really hard. Push it to failure. I'm gonna again show some of those workout styles. I have some more bodybuilding movements, except what people call accessories. I'm doing my power movements. I have my strongman days, or I don't know, I hate to call them strongman, more my awkward lifting, things like that. But I want to talk a little bit about pushing yourself to failure. You got to push yourself to failure, test those muscles in a controlled form. Okay, when you are doing more of a bodybuilding style, if you're concentrating on, let's say, if you're doing bicep curls and you want to see progress in the actual muscle, then don't start cheating. You know, let's say I do 5 reps today like this. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm straining at 5, and I get 5, and then start swinging 6, 7, 8. I technically didn't get 3 more reps in the same fashion. I got 3 more reps. As a contest or whatever, if your goal is to just get the reps, you got them. And I know in the past I've said, use momentum and power it up. Again, that's great for the awkward movements, and that's great for if you just want to power it up. But keep things, I guess, contrasting to that, keep things equal. So if you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 more, 6, and that was the way you did your previous reps, then yeah, you got stronger. But keep your reps always consistent, I guess, basically. Bring it to failure. And then rest. So yeah, that's really important, So I'm going to be changing a little bit of that format and how I'm addressing my workouts. I'm going to be hitting more rep style stuff, okay, more under control for the muscle group that I'm working, okay. Mike Menser, if you can get out there, there's lots of it on YouTube. If you can get his books, I'm a strong believer. Pushing your body to failure in the muscle groups, keeping the volume low, pushing it hard. You can't do both. You can't do high volume and high intensity. You just can't. If you're doing high volume, then you're not doing high intensity. You may think you are, but you're not. It's impossible. So, and I challenge you, I don't know, come work out with me. Again, I guess even if you do, all you're doing is digging a bigger hole than need be. And if you're natural, if you don't have, I guess, superior or awesome genetics for beating yourself up like this, you're not going to progress. You're just going to beat yourself up. And I've learned that the hard way. Stuff that I know and read through this, all of this, and I've tried to test it. I'm also not old, but I'm not young. I'm 46 years old. I can't keep beating myself up and thinking I'm going to recover. So, but it doesn't even matter, 46 or 26. Don't beat yourself up so hard where you're digging such a big hole that you can't get out of. Okay, so stimulate the growth you need to grow. 1 set to absolute failure. Some negatives, okay, maybe some static holds, negatives. Killing yourself within that, let's say a rep range of upper body, 8 to 12, 8 to 15. Lower body, maybe 12 to 15, okay? Nothing magical within that rep range, I'm just throwing it out there. If you want to call it a time under load time, 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes max. I start to think that gets a little bit too high. You're getting into endurance. Your body can recover so that you're kind of not getting to those fast twitch muscle fibers deep down. I'm not saying you won't eventually, but I just feel like it's a little bit too high. 2 minutes time under tension. Depending on your rep cadence, again, I'm not saying put 2 minutes on the clock and try to work within that 2 minutes, but if you're doing a rep cadence of, let's say, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, let's say an average of 6 reps of rep cadence, if you're doing bicep curls, let's say, 10 to 15 reps is putting you at about a minute to a minute and a half. That's where you want to be, till 10 to 15 reps, you know? Again, each rep being at that same cadence and everything. But don't get too caught up on that. Keep your reps clean, keep them consistent, as I said earlier, and stay within that range. Stay in a range. Even if it's 6 to 10, stay in a range. Once you beat it, move the weight up and go at it again. If you're not seeing progress, it's you're not recovered. If you're not seeing progress, you're not recovered. Okay, and I don't want to say a ton of reasons as to why you're not recovered. It's you didn't get enough sleep, you didn't get enough nutrition, okay? You're doing too much in between, okay? But that being said, even if all those are optimal, you got good sleep, you got good nutrition coming in, and you got basically a pretty calm life, you still need a minimum amount of time, and everybody's body is different. You still need a minimum amount of time to recover from the last workout. It doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't. Most people are going to need at least 2 days to recover in between, if they're being honest. Okay, you might be able in the beginning get away with going, let's say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off, Thursday, Friday workout, and take the weekend off, working 4 days a week. I'm telling you, you might be able to get away with doing that for a while. But the average person won't. If you're getting stronger and you just keep stressing that body out harder, you're going to have to take back some days and work out less. Working out less will produce more growth for you. But as long as you're working out hard. Okay, so anyways, this is what I plan on doing. I'm dropping the weight. Okay, I'm dropping the weight. And then once I get back to my maintenance level of eating, get my nutrition back, growing from there. And staying fairly lean. But then I plan on going back to Husfeld, lifting that stone up. Okay, I don't know how many people do it that are going to be my size, you know, because a lot of times you see bigger men picking this thing up. I mean, the stone weighs 410 pounds, you know, so obviously being a bigger person helps, especially when that thing's sitting on you. I might be in for a rude awakening. Of course, I'm going to be training here with my big stones, you know, but I plan on doing something that I didn't even think was possible. I want to go in there maybe at 195, 200 pounds, pick up a stone twice my weight, and walk with that thing. I'll be happy picking it up though. At this point, picking it up and standing up will be a huge achievement for me. And I'm not saying I won't walk, you know. Definitely that's my goal, you know. To everybody else out there, like I said, try it, get out there, work hard. But even if you don't get out to Husafell, work hard anyways. Work hard. Get your muscles to come to failure. But then rest. Nothing wrong with resting in between. I'm not saying sleep on the couch all day, okay? But don't be killing yourself in the gym. Anyways, I'm going to be putting more content out there of me lifting this way, okay? Of how I push myself to failure and doing the lifts. So join me on this as you have been, okay? But I'm going to push this stuff even harder, okay? The dieting going to continue for another 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, like I said, I'm at 3 weeks, and we're going to keep going down. All right, hopefully you learned something. Maybe you got something you want to comment back, and I can't wait to see some of your comments. Any questions, leave them. All right, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as I've been saying, it's not about being only physically strong, but mentally strong, okay? All right, God bless you.